Don Emilio, Don Emilio, Don Emilio, baciamo le mani, Don Emilio.
Come on. And welcome back to CoinFest Asia here at the Hacker House by ICP. Thank you for tuning in, everybody, to Global Startup Ground community. We're having a ChaTea Talks with no other than the man of the hour, man of the house, Bruno himself. Ciao, ragazzi.
Ciao, bello, ciao. You're too good. We are the man of the hour. This is a collaborative effort. Collectively, we win.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for everything that you do, for bringing Indonesia Hub, ICP to Indonesia, and then for doing all of these things. And today we're going to talk about something really special that I'm passionate about. I've been involved in many accelerators in London and around the world, but I have never seen anything innovative as this approach to acceleration, which call Olympus. And what you guys are doing is building beyond clouds. Yeah.
Okay, so Olympus, yes. As you guessed from the name, this is the Mount of the Gods, according to the ancient Greek mythology. So, of course, every entrepreneur, every startup, they want to become the next god. They want to become the next number one. So it makes sense that if they want to reach this goal, they need to join our program. So when we talk of Olympus, Olympus is a new decentralized platform for acceleration. What does it mean? It means that usually normal acceleration, the way it works is that you have to apply, you've been selected, you do some work, then they teach you, and then maybe they do introduction to VC, maybe not, maybe you are lucky, you meet someone on their own, and you can leverage the fact that you are part of this accelerator, but everything is a little bit part of a silos. While instead, when we have this decentralized approach, what is happening is that you, as a mentor, as a VC, as a startup, you have an open view about what is happening, about who are your competitors, who are the other projects. And you, as an investor, what you can do, you can go on our Olympus decentralized platform and you can check what is going on with that project, what is its documentation, what they did so far, what is their community. So everything is public, everything is transparent. Of course, at the beginning, we are going to start with projects that are mainly focused on the internet computer, but we want to be chain agnostic, and along the way, we are going to move in a situation where also projects that are coming from other blockchain, they will have the possibility of being listed on the platform, and they will gain more and more exposure to investors that are already part of the project itself. Now, there's been already several commitments for more than 40 VC around the world to participate in our Olympus platform. And this is very powerful because this means that right now we have new and new possibilities. Another thing to keep in mind is that the funnel for getting projects to be part of the Olympus program, this is coming from all the ICP Hub network. So let me give you a little bit of introduction about the hubs. So I'm also part of the hub. I'm the hub leader for Disruptives ICP Hub Indonesia. And there are other 24 hubs existing around the world that are covering more than 40 regions worldwide. And we have more than 22 of these hubs that are right now running they're running their own accelerator in their own region, focusing everything that they've created in the last year, meaning that every hub has a goal. The goal is to promote the expansion and growth of the internet computer protocol in the region. And how we do it? We do it by following a funnel that is involving evangelization, education, incubation, and acceleration. And we do this by creating partnership with institutions, government, startup, local accelerators and incubator, but at the same time we collaborate with universities, with students, we create hackathons, we create ideathon. So we have a serious event, of course. So we have a series of initiatives that they are all have the goal of promoting, supporting, providing knowledge, providing funding, providing everything that a new entrepreneur, a new startup is going to need to really scale their project and see the light. And this is where Olympus come into play. Because out of this, then they have now this new platform that they can leverage with investor, with mentors, with service provider. Everybody is involved in a new decentralized manner. This is something that has never been seen before. That's why, building on ICP has a lot of advantage, that you can be the first in many things. Like we are the first in AI in terms of running fully on chain, in terms of multi-chain, the only protocol that doesn't need bridges. And now, Olympus, we are a new fully decentralized accelerator platform. This is something so cool to see.
It's absolutely cool. And what I see is like you have many other accelerators already joining out of your 24 chapters around the world, from Cointelegraph, Outline Ventures, Web3 Labs, founderships, and many others. And what I see at the really big advantage is like where I see what is called in the startup world a valley of death. If you guys don't know, it's where startups are starting. They usually need a lot of capital, a lot of knowledge to push their ideas in order to come to VC investors and get the funding to scale, right? But what you're saying is there is this decentralized approach where in like overlooked, underrepresented markets, people can join the accelerator or even create an accelerator on top of that stack Olympus that you shared and get the funding, get the ICP tokens, get the cycles to compute on that, and even use the technologies that were only, for example, what we spoke about before, were available if you use IBM technology, Hyperledger, to use a supply chain or in order to launch a token or a fundraise or ICO, you can simply use what Dom explained very well last night, was DAO SNS.
Exactly, cool.
Which actually creates like really true community decision making, where all the investors, everybody around, even all the startups can vote on some things, right? And it's very transparent. And this is what I'm so excited, because for me this is a truly first decentralized entrepreneurship, right? Because you're promoting the scales from evangelists to entrepreneurs, incubation, acceleration, and beyond, right? And then all the way to the great gods.
So let me give you some example of how we are running our incubators and accelerator. So last year I ran the first incubator on the internet computer here in Bali. It was the Disruptives Incubator Program, and it was like, for example, something to test out what would have been like the real strategy for the accelerator that we are now running all over the world. So when we ran this incubator, we approached mostly early stage ideas, okay? So we got only from Bali and Indonesia in general, because we had application coming from all over. We had more than 110 applications that have been subscribed. Out of this, we handpicked 10 projects. All of these 10 managed to graduate fully from our incubator program. 6 of these managed to collect more fund in terms of grants. 3 of them are now already launching their token. So this means that it was a successful program in terms of outcome. Usually out of an accelerator, you have 20% that are succeeding. We are at 60% right now with our number. So pretty big result. Right now, for example, for the next accelerator that we are running as ICP Hub Indonesia, that will starting to run in September, what we will do instead in this case, instead of approaching early stage ideas, we are going for tech entrepreneur. What does it mean? We've been running for the last 8 months, 5 hackathons all over Indonesia. We got more than 1,000 subscribers to our hackathon. Out of this, we generated more than 400 certified developers, and we collected more than 100 MVPs, meaning that there was at least a backend canister that was built. So this means that there was a lot of job to be done in terms of tech experience. Now, as you know, and as my good mentor Shashi will say, we are not in the business of creating diamonds, but we are in the business of finding diamond. Because if we want to create them, it's going to take a lot of time. In nature, you need 1 million years to create a diamond. So if we want to find it, we're going to save this couple of millions of years, no? So, and this is exactly what we are doing with these accelerators that we put in place. We go and look for these talents that have the skills to build something real, and then we provide to them all the knowledge that they don't have in terms of putting together a business plan, finding a financial officer, creating a good team, creating good operations, putting in place everything that they need to become a successful business. And this is the way why the project that are building on ICP, they are successful because they have such a big background that covers not only the theory, but is covering also the practice. Because this is where you're wasting most of your time in teaching to people how to build. But if they already know how to build, they already have a tech team, they already have a CTO, they already have the technical team that they can help them and support them, then the job becomes much easier. And this is how we are refining these diamonds. We're making them shine bigger.
It's absolutely important, especially what you mentioned about a large amount of tech entrepreneurs that not necessarily know a lot of tech, but they're more about business, and then vice versa, where it's really easy to build on ICP, especially with the AI assistance and then everything that we spoke about yesterday, for example.
And just one last thing about AI assistance. If you go on internetcomputer.org, as soon as you log in, you are going to see a little button where there is a brain. If you touch it, you can interact directly with a real AI that is fully running on chain. And this is very cool, especially if you are a developer and you want to build on ICP, you can ask whatever question, and this AI is going to be able to provide you the reply on what you need to do with all the instructions in terms of code. So this is something mind-blowing if you think, because right now, if you want to build, you have to rely on developers that sometimes are going to take weeks to perform a simple task and debugging and checking and double testing. And now instead you have an AI protocol that is actually instead able to give you right away the code, and you just have to follow the instruction, and in 10 minutes you have put together the job that usually is a couple of weeks. So it's true. ICP tech is completely different from other blockchain. It's pointless to name them. We have a powerful infrastructure that is allowing to operate and provide services that at the moment are not available on other chain. And having an AI support like this is really bringing the game to the next level.
Yeah, it's absolutely next level for Web 2 entrepreneurs. And what I mean by that, if you have an idea in business and you have your own website, let's say you have a Shopify website, you sell some sort of thing, subscription, whatever, that transition from Web 2 through Web 3 is seamless with this type of support of AI and the cycles and even the cost of running it. It's way easier, especially with the funding. But what really excites me the more is what Olympus does. When I understood it, is that other other incubators can use the Olympus as their platform, right?
Of course.
To have their own cohorts of, let's say, students building next wave of generations. Like what we have behind us is 150 hackers. They're building amazing businesses.
Yes.
Within 48 hours is done, right? And they're going to get the funding straight away.
That's the power of the funnel, you see? The operation that the ICP Hub network has been put in place has this goal, to create and build the talents in the right way. As of now, we are in Nuano at Ash Pavilion. We are inside CoinFest Asia, and at the moment we are running a huge hacker house. We have behind us, maybe you hear them screaming, but right now they're doing submission. We have more than 30 teams that are working actively for the last 72 hours. And every time you hear a gong, it means that someone just made a submission. This is cool. And all of them, they're going to be selected to move forward to the next stage, to see those that are going to win a track or that have the potential for the ideas that they developed. They can become the next startup that is going to be incubated inside our accelerator program, or they can be part of an accelerator cohort that is run by one hub. Super cool like this.
Super cool. And what I found useful, and I've ran many accelerators and been in many as a mentor or including the big corporate ones. What I found interesting about the Olympus is the pipeline through engagement, credibility, sustainability, and funding. It's like very seamless and easy way to approach the.
That's the way it should be, no? We are tired of complicated things to do.
Complicated things. Let's keep it simple, guys.
When we talk of Web3, everybody is a little bit confused. Even the so-called experts are confused, trust me. So that's why we need a more, efficient and simple way of communicating things. And this is the main goal of Olympus and of every other project and product that we are developing and building and moving forward on the internet computer.
Yeah, and then you have also these phases of evaluation, which is usually like the things how startups are judged or hackers are judged when they move forward, when they find my product market fit or not. How do they scale up? Is that idea 10 times better, 10 times cheaper than existing ones in order for them to get a finding or exit, which I really love because it's very transparent, right? Yeah.
It has to be.
It has to be.
That's the goal of blockchain. Everything is transparent, public, accessible to everyone.
But also, what changes a lot is DAO SNS. So a lot of people heard about DAO, but show of hands, who know what DAO means? What DAO means, actually, what DAO means? Not many hands up, right? There are a few hands.
It's okay. We have a couple of people.
Yeah.
He knows. Yeah. She knows also. I saw an hand raising.
Yeah. So, but DAO is decentralized autonomous organizations, meaning that the way how we do things, we all have the right to see everything transparent and also have the rights to vote on it. So imagine if we all believe in one project, they should get funding and they should succeed, they will get rewarded, they will get funded. It's like so much easier for communities, for villages, for cities to live in. I truly believe that that's like how humanity will move forward. But when you put this in a business concept, in acceleration concept, environment that support businesses in this way, I think it's absolutely skyrocketing for the cohorts of startups that's gonna scale. So I really, really value that. And what you have is I see a community and a stakeholders ecosystem where you have these projects like these hackers behind us are building, you have investors, you have mentors, you have talents, people are just going to work with these projects, and you have users who are general users who are ICP token holders. And we all together are part of this ecosystem. We know exactly what's happening everywhere, and we kind of, it feels like you're part of that company too, right? So it feels like collective intelligence. We're all growing together. So it's absolutely fantastic. I think that's why I mentioned to Dom last night, you guys have built Web 4, right?
I love the definition. I heard the interview. It was really cool.
Because beyond this stakeholder, let's say we have a project that's coming from completely different stack, from completely different chain. They're using Solana. What happens is that they're also compatible, right, with the stack. Yeah?
Of course. We want to go multi-chain. So if you're building on Solana, you're building on Link, you're building on Near, you're building on Avalanche, wherever it is, come and use ICP tech. It's not that because you're building on another chain, you don't have to use it. The main goal is to, promote Web3 adoption when it's for the right ways, for the right usage. And I believe that projects are in need of a clear, transparent, and efficient way of building their product.
No, absolutely. And then what really excites me and what we're going to do with the ChaTea is we're going to launch a DAO SNS, which what I believe where we're...
So first, you build.
You build.
After you build, you make sure that it works. After it works, you start to spread it to the ICP community. Right. Because remember, there is a difference. There is the NNS, and then there is the SNS.
SNS.
So the NNS is the nervous network system. That is the DAO that is controlling everything that is happening on under the internet computer. So if you want to open a new local node, if you want to propose a proposal, it's not that you go to the Definity Foundation and you tell them, hey, Definity, please, I need this, and that, and they do it. No. You submit a proposal, the community vote, everything is approved, the DAO is implementing it. Now, the SNS is the service network system, and this is dedicated to decentralized applications that are built on the internet computer. So now you can have DAOs that are handled by people that can contribute to the building, developing, and scaling of a product. So the chat token, once it's chat DAO, that is going to be ready. In the moment you have it, what is going to happen, you are going to submit a proposal to the community, and you say, hey, we want to become a DAO. We want to become a DAO on the internet computer. We want your help to be a successful DAO, so help us in raising funds. The community is going to take a percentage of your token allocation, and you are going to collect ICP from them. then every time that you, as a DAO, every time that you want to use this fund for marketing, salaries, development, everything that you need to do, you need to go through a proposal. So now everybody that invested in you is now your shareholders. It's like your board members. They all now need to confirm that they want you to do that, that they believe that this is the best strategy for them that are now part of your DAO. And this is super cool.
Super cool because I come from VC background, and what happens in VC with investors, you sell your shares to the companies, and people are on your board, and they're not necessarily very good when you give a lot of stake to VCs. But what happens here is like these shares of the companies are tokenized. But how I see it, if you see it from the other angle, you remember ICOs, right? STOs, EOs, and then NFTs. That's like a progression of innovation of how we build, how we raise
There were
funds.
so many IO.
So many IOs, yeah?
So many.
But check this out. Now, where I find these two worlds colliding now with, traditional investment and a crypto investment, you don't do ICO. You do really transparent DAO as SNS, yeah? And then you allow your community to invest and be a part of your company, which is absolutely connecting two worlds that haven't been connected before. So you know who you're investing. You're not just investing in any meme coin anymore, right? Who doesn't have faces, who's doesn't have utilities. You're actually connecting these two worlds that are crucial for community. You have a community, which is main thing for the business, and I'm definitely stoked about about DAO SNS, and can't wait really to play around with it. And
We're gonna have time to talk more about this.
Okay, tell me more. What's up with the timeline? What are your plans with Olympus then? What's coming up next?
So basically, so far we have all the accelerator cohort that have already started. So projects are already being built. We are going to be live already in 1 month, couple of months. It's going to be ready. We are finishing to redefining the UI UX, finishing to check that everything is working properly. And by the end of the year, everything will go live. And for January 2025, I think we will go live already with the official launch. So stay tuned because a lot of things are about to happen in the next couple of months.
Yeah. And where can people join the waiting list? Is there like a link or a QR code that they can see?
Yes, there is a QR code. I don't know if they can see it.
I think they can, right?
So if you can, scan the QR code, join us, or you can check your local hub in your region. You can reach out to them or go and join a forum on forum@definity.org. And guys, stay tuned. A lot of things are about to happen, and we are looking forward to have you on board with us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bruno, for coming along and doing all of these things. Yeah, and then guys,
My pleasure.
Yeah, please stay tuned. There's a lot of things about to happen. We're going to announce winning projects from the Hacker House here at the ICP stage in CoinFest. Stick around. Ciao. Peace out.
Ciao.